Hello, everybody. You just saw the big surprise that I have been saving for weeks. I've kept a lid on it. I am, of course, welcome to another episode of The Tracy Show. I'm Tracy. Normally, I would start off by paying a couple of bills, but how did you all like the new introduction? I'm very pleased with it. You'll see it again on Thursday. When I first saw it, I was like, I can't wait to play this for the audience. Loving the introduction. We've got a lot to get to, so we're gonna just start off by paying a couple of bills. Remember to subscribe to this channel. I am at 255. That means I am 45 subscribers away from 300. We can do this. We can do this. It can be done. Subscribing literally costs nothing. $0 to subscribe. Please subscribe. I'm trying to find my other link here. It's not here because I didn't put it. Let me put it in here really quick. Remember to like this video. Liking this video brings it higher in the algorithm. Remember to comment. You can definitely comment during the show. You can comment after the show, but please put your comments. Remember to share your comments. Share this video. Share this video. And if you comment, share those too. But share this video across all your platforms. The more shares we get, the more likely I'll hit that 300. Support on Patreon. And I put that twice. And I did not mean to. But we can support on Patreon. Patreon starts at $2 a month and goes all the way up to $35. I use my Patreon to support this channel, to get things like that introduction that cost me quite a bit of money. So any kind of contribution that you can spare would be great. And speaking of contributions, support my GoFundMe campaign. I've started a GoFundMe campaign. The goal is to raise $1,500. You can contribute any amount that you can contribute. $1, $2, $3. It all goes towards helping me to buy better lighting, better equipment. Just things that I want to do with this channel in terms of promotion. So please support my GoFundMe campaign. There it is at GoFundMe. GoFund.me/1698B as in boy 793. Again, any donation up from $1 up is appreciated. The goal is $1,500. And so let's get to it. We're gonna share our screen and we'll get to our topic this evening. I'm trying to find the share button. I don't know where. Oh, I don't know why I messed that up. So this is going to be from CNN.
Is big in this unprecedented campaign, this season the likes of which we have never seen before. We have one more major development. Vice President Kamala Harris, the presumptive Democratic nominee now for President of the United States, has selected Minnesota Governor Tim Walz to be her running mate. Week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe seen as a dark horse. Now he has emerged as the choice. Our MJ Lee, Jeff Zeleny, John King, Jamie Gangel, all reporting on this. MJ just saying maybe Walz, a vibes pick, seen as a Midwestern happy warrior. John King is here with us in New York, watching this unfold before our eyes.
Yeah, I got
Let's
some
just
thoughts on
start,
this.
reset at the top of the hour, what Tim Walz means for this ticket now.
It means, number one, the Democrats have their ticket. They're about to go into their convention, and after Kamala Harris clinched the nomination with the most unorthodox nominating process of our lifetime, the President of the United States steps aside after winning the primaries. She wins a virtual voting among the delegates, and then she wants to make this decision. She wants all this cleaned up before they get to Chicago for the convention, so that can all be about prosecuting the case against Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and against the Republicans. So a very truncated process, a lot of pressure on the vice president. So as the voters out there get to judge, how she's handling this first big executive decision. So why Tim Walz? We're showing pictures of him right there in a jacket and a shirt with no tie on. Earlier we had pictures of him in a T-shirt. I do think the contrast here is going to be striking. This is a small town Midwesterner.
Okay, so we're gonna pause right there and stop sharing. And remember to put your comments up here so I know I'm not out here by myself. So that pick came out of left field. To be honest, I literally thought it's Josh Shapiro. It couldn't be anybody else but Josh Shapiro. It had to be Shapiro. He's from a swing state. He seems to be more in line with what I'm assuming the Harris ticket is trying to do. Like I said, I didn't think this pick was going to happen. I just was like, if I was going to rank, I would have put him like right before Pete Buttigieg, who I was kind of hoping that she'd pick the terrible pick. And not because of his lifestyle. I don't want to hear anybody saying that, but he's a very, 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 very corporate Democrat. But I'll be doing my research on Walz to see, where he got his money from. Is he tied to dark money? It's got to be he's Democrat. Yeah, I said it. I'm making an assumption. But I'll be doing my research in terms of like where he stands, etc. But some of the things I've heard so far aren't terrible. I know he's the governor of Minnesota. They got driver's license to undocumented workers, which could come back and clip them in the knee because they'll say, "Oh, you're giving." I don't even know. I thought you had to have documents to get a driver's license, but apparently in Minnesota you don't. You just kind of show up. How do they know what name to put? Okay, never mind. Child tax credit for Minnesotans. So that's good for that, although I think they should be permanent. And I definitely think that they should be more because it costs a lot to raise children. 12 weeks maternity leave, just not enough for me. Or 12 weeks to take care of your family, it's just not enough for me. It's got to be more than 12 weeks. I guess y'all think that's good. I don't happen to think so. It should be at least a year of paid leave. But again, I'm not Democrat. I don't really support any of the Democratic policies. So I guess for a corporate stance, this is a good pick. I still am saying a loss for the Harris-Walz campaign, and I could be wrong. I'm the person that said that Trump was going to win re-election, so what the heck I know. But it's definitely closed the gap, right? Because J.D. Vance, please don't talk no more. Don't talk anymore. Just don't say anything. Shut up. Every time you talk, it's like you're taking the campaign down. Because literally, Trump made not probably, a terrible pick. But how vital is the president of the United States? Because they basically have one job. They take over if the president can't do his, or in this case her, duty. So, like, what are you really looking for? Minnesota's not a swing state. Um, it's not a state that's it's a state that's gonna go Democrat. So I'm kind of not understanding why this pick. Of course, it's not my pick to make. Um, and it's so I would like to hear in an interview. Of course, Kamala doesn't do interviews. Um, so we don't know why it is that she picked. Apparently, she's the one that picked the person. Um, so who knows why she picked? Like I said, I literally thought. Um, I'm trying to bring up another clip here in the background, so just be patient with me. So I'm gonna play another clip from, let's see. This is Fox News. I'm sorry. This is Fox Dallas Fort Worth. So I'm going to play that. And this is JD Vance responding to the pick. So okay.
About Tim Walz is because the Democrats have showed a willingness to pull a little switcheroo on us. So I don't even know if we're actually going to get Tim Walz out of this campaign. And I think that a lot of us are asking ourselves, well, it's not going to be official until the Democrats actually nominate him, I guess, at their convention next week. So that's the first reason. The second reason is, look, Tim Walz's record is a joke. He's been one of the most far-left radicals in the entire United States government.
Okay, so how is school lunch radical? I mean, don't you want the kids to see? Now y'all gonna make me defend a Democratic ticket, and I don't want to do that. I'm third party all the way, but how is that radical? I don't know, but maybe that's just. Well, let's just keep going. And where they get that one black person from? Oh, two black people.
But I think that
Oh,
what
three.
Tim Walz's selection says is that Kamala Harris has bent the knee to the far left of her party, which is what she always does. Kamala Harris listened to the Hamas wing of the party. She selected.
Wait a minute now, hold on. Progressives are now the Hamas. I'll say a whole lot of stuff about the Democrat progressives, quote unquote, but I'm not going to call them the Hamas wing of the party. Oh my goodness.
Tim Walz, a guy who wants to ship more manufacturing jobs to China, who wants to give illegal aliens driver's license, and who wants to make the fentanyl crisis that we just heard about so much worse because he refuses to do his job and actually make it easier for Americans.
Didn't he get elected twice, though?
And not illegal aliens to live a good life. So I think what it says is that Kamala Harris is running as a San Francisco liberal. She is governed as a San Francisco liberal, and she's chosen a running mate.
I mean, if Kamala Harris is liberal, that makes me conservative, because I'm like, that is no
San Francisco style liberal. The last thing that I'll say about Tim Walz is, to her credit, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz do make an interesting team, because if we remember the rioting in the summer of 2020, Tim Walz was the guy who let rioters burn down Minneapolis.
Hey, dude, January 6th, just saying.
And Kamala Harris was the one who bailed the rioters out of jail. So there's an interesting team in that sense. Look, I'm skeptical that whoever the VP nominee is, most people are voting at the top of the ticket. But here's the thing about Tim Walz. Look.
Because you so terrible, because, dude, you shut up.
Tim Walz is a guy who wants to take children away from their parents if the parents don't agree to do sex changes and the school wants to. That's crazy, right? A fundamental violation of parental rights.
I'm going to have to look that up. I can't imagine somebody saying, hey, sex changes, because most doctors, if I'm right and or wrong, y'all let me know. I didn't think you could get transitional surgery until you were like 18. That's what I thought the age limit is. Now, you can take puberty boosters, I think, under 18. But as far as I know, you can't get the transition surgery. Most doctors won't do it until you're 18. And you have to go through therapy. And you have to get a prior authorization. So, I'm not sure where he's getting that from.
Tim Walz is a guy who wants to ship more and more American manufacturing jobs to China. He said it on camera in the name of the green energy scam. Well, if you care about the environment, and I certainly do, why are you going to ship American manufacturing jobs to the dirtiest economy in the world? Why wouldn't you keep them right here in Pennsylvania, in Philadelphia, in the places that really need it? This is a guy who, when rioters were burning down the biggest city in Minnesota, was actively cheering them on. You think the black business leaders in Minneapolis are grateful, the working class business leaders are grateful that Tim Walz allowed rioters to burn down their businesses? You think that people are grateful to have a guy who wants to ship manufacturing jobs off to China? There's no way the American people are going to buy it. It just doesn't make sense. And again, the biggest problem with the Tim Walz pick, it's not Tim Walz himself, it's what it says about Kamala Harris. That when given an opportunity, she will bend the knee to the most radical elements of her party. That's exactly what she did here. That's what she's going to keep on doing as
Those
president.
two ladies
That's why we
look
gotta elect
alike.
Donald J. Trump, President of the United States.
Yeah, do you think there are any similarities? We can talk about like common ground that you share with Walz.
Well, look, I mean, yeah, we're white guys from the Midwest. I guess there are similarities there. But what's different is the actual ideas about how best to serve people, white, black, or anything else, in the Midwest and everywhere else, right? I can't believe this is a guy who tries to claim that he stands for working people, and yet he wants to pursue energy policies that are going to ship everybody's job to China. In some ways, what Tim Walz represents is doubling down on failed 30 years of leadership.
We're gonna pause him because his repetition is getting on my nerves. Okay, so oh, we got comments. Okay. Do these people realize that all you can see behind him is nope, they don't. They just sitting there like, we don't know. They lying about the 2020 quips. Depends on the state. Yeah, but I'm just like, Minnesota is going Democrat. Like I don't get what she got out of picking this person. I guess they're saying it was based off of vibes. Um, I don't know. Look at all the all what 5 of them? It was like literally 5 of them. I gotta get Trump's in here because we gotta. And yes, I'm gonna talk about Trump at the National Association of Black Journalists because that is just. Uh, let's see. Okay, so I don't know if he responded like verbally or with a written statement. Okay, so WALZ, and I'm gonna learn how to spell this man's name. It's WALZ. Okay, so it's a statement. So let me go there. I'll share this in just a moment. I'm still trying. What did she think? He's from the Midwest. He looks like an old guy. I mean, I had to be honest. He looks like and talks like a person that I can understand. He doesn't do that political speak that irks the nerves out of me. That like JD Vance was doing with all of that jobs to China, and you know good and well that we supposedly are borrowing money from China. But hey, whatever. So he doesn't do that political um, speak that I cannot stand. Okay, so okay, da 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 da. Okay, so this is gonna be from Yahoo, and since this is a clip, this is a printed clip. I'm gonna have to read most of it. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. No, now it's not going. Middle America Folksy Connection. I am an independent who's actually according to third party, but not the dead bear. I want to know more about that story before I talk about it, because that's weird. That RFK, did he eat the bear or did he just kill the bear and leave it in the park? That's weird. That's just weird. It's creepy because if you start off killing animals, usually you kind of like go up the chain. He just served Vince up on a platter during that speech. I haven't seen his speech yet. I remember this, remember what? I don't know. But I'm going to read the Yahoo article with Trump. And you notice nobody's talked about Trump in like a week. Like he's running for president and nobody's talked about him. Like he hasn't been on TV, which is really strange to me. I'm like, that's really, really weird to me. So let's go to the Yahoo article and I will probably read it all. Okay, so former President Donald Trump. Oh my goodness, this is getting on my nerves. Donald Trump responds to Vice President Kamala Harris's choosing Tim Walz as her running mate on Tuesday with an uncharacteristic short statement that didn't mention the Minnesota's governors by name. The Minnesota governor by name. The GOP president nominee shared a cryptic post on social media, probably True Social, yes, shortly after Harris announced her selection that simply stated thank you. The typically reactionary Trump waited another roughly 5 hours to directly address the news. This is the most radical left duo in American history, the former president posted on True Social. There has never been anything like it, and there never will be again. He went on in his 40-word missive to basically suggest that there is a big movement to bring back Crooked Joe, an apparent reference to President Joe Biden, who withdrew his reelection, Obama, last month amid pressure from Democrat donors. Trump followed that up with a long exploration of his apparent fantasy that Biden will try to take back the nomination when he attends the Democratic convention. It is next week. He feels he has made a historic, tragic mistake by handing over the U.S. president a coup to the people he hates most, and he wants it back. Now, Trump said, "Is he? I know he ain't talking about a coup, sir. You the one who led the January 6th coup. Are you for real?" Though it seems clear that Trump would rather face Biden in November, who wouldn't? There's no indication that the president is seeking to undermine Harris, whom Biden endorsed by dropping out of the race and who formally secured the Democratic nomination on Monday. So far, Republicans appear to be struggling to come up with a cohesive line of attack against Walz. While some talking shots at Walz because Day, he created a Beyonce Day last year ahead of her Renaissance tour stop in Minneapolis. Others have accused the Democratic Party of being anti Semitic because Harris, whose husband is Jewish, passed over Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro as her running mate. No Jews are allowed at the top of the Democratic Party. Conservative radio host Eric Erickson tweeted on Tuesday to which Senator Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, who is Jewish, replied, "News to me. Trump will surely adopt a few talking points against Walz as the campaign goes on, but this initial reaction was void of barbs or targeting Walz and focused instead on the imaginary scenario about Biden making a comeback is eyebrow raising and well kind of weird." Um, what is Trump talking about, a coup? Dude, you was out here telling your supporters, I'll march right with you, refusing to call the National Guard much. It's obvious that the Republican campaign is still off. They have been caught off guard. And they saw they had, even I saw they had an easier um they had an easier pathway to victory with Biden being at the head of the ticket. Biden was getting beat in polls. He was polling at 36%. It was a cakewalk. He was right in the White House. There was talk about cabinet positions. Tim Scott was out here getting engaged on purpose. Campaign for Trump, and that was real creepy. Remember when he came out on stage when Trump was talking? I love you. Look, dude, creepy, creepy. But they saw the path was set. They saw Biden is a candidate. We're gonna beat him. Every poll has us leading. Help by making silly mistakes. He should have gotten out sooner. But once he got out, it just changed within like a dime. The change was so apparent. And it's like you can tell they don't know where to go. And that's kind of unlike the Republican Party. They don't know what to do, they don't know what to say. And remember, everybody, tell me how you liked the introduction. Worked really, really hard on that. And I want to know how you all liked it. I mean, I'm going to play it even if you don't, but I want to at least know, how you liked the introduction. But I hate to sound like a recorded record, but hold on a second. My light went out. Oh, wait a minute. Ugh. Sorry, my light went out. Mm-mm-mm. I'm plugging it back in. My nose. My nose is itchy. Okay, there it is. So, I really thought it was going to be Shapiro. Literally thought there's no way she doesn't pick Shapiro. Swing state, governor, seems to be popular within the state. Although he said some really weird things about pro-Palestinians, people that are pro-Palestine, and I'm like, and so did Harris, that I found really cringeworthy. Um, he goes with that line: Israel has the right to defend itself, so it's okay that they kill 40,000 children, even 40,000 people, even though Hamas wasn't one of the people that they killed. But hey, that's okay. We'll just destroy Gaza and call it a day. So it's who's doing an interview with Elon Musk? It's got to be Trump, because I doubt that Walsh is going to do an interview with Elon Musk. Who again? Stop making um um stop um going against your trans daughter. You're just, yeah. I figured it had to be Trump. Progressive love Walsh, who by the way is younger than Brad Pitt. Wait a minute. Walsh is 60, right? Boy, Brad Pitt looked good then. Because he's younger than Brad Pitt. What year was Brad Pitt born? So if Walsh is 60, I'm thinking he's 60. Let me go to Wikipedia. Yeah, because see, Wikipedia is about to answer my question. Wikipedia. Because I saw Tim Walsh was 60. So that obviously, if Brad Pitt is older, He is 60. He was born April the 6th, 1964. So how old is Brad Pitt? Brad Pitt. Oh, he's like a year older. Born December 18th, no, he's not even, let's see. He was born in December. Brad Pitt was born December 18th, 1963. So that would be um December, January, February, March, April. He's like 5 months older. That's not, I thought you was talking significantly. I'm like, that's a couple of months. And I know Kamala Harris is 60, I think. Okay. President. Yeah, so her and Wallace are the same age. She was born October 20th, 1964. Uh, but um, I, th- I hate to sound like a broken record player, but this I did not think she was gonna go with this pick. I mean, the dude, he had some zingers. I'll give him that. Um, when he said, "Yeah, call me a radical" or something to the effect of, "If feeding kids is radical, then call me a radical." Um, I'm pretty sure if there's a vice presidential debate, he's gonna mop the floor with JD Vance, who for some reason throws his own wife under the bus. Cause see, for me, that's divorce territory. You not gonna put me out on blast and say, "Well, she's Indian." I think she's Indian, but she's a good mother. But um, no. If there is a vice presidential debate, which I'm pretty sure there will be, they're gonna clean. He's gonna clean up the floor with JD Vance. And there's some inkling, although I don't think this is going to happen, that Trump would drop JD Vance. I don't. That's like him admitting he made a mistake, and I don't look for that to happen. So another comment: the Harris crew plugged those leaks. I heard not a word until today. Yeah, because we all thought it was going to be Shapiro. I mean, I literally, like, I would have put money on it, but apparently I would have lost because I literally thought, oh, it's um it's Shapiro. I'm just glad, even though I'm a third party voter and I support Dr. Cornel West, I'm glad kind of that Mark Kelly didn't, because I can't with it. I can't with that dude. I cannot. He voted against the PRO Act. And once he put out that tweet, I look forward to serving people Arizona. I'm like, yeah, you out. But this is just, it's going to be interesting. Like I said, when I said in 2023 that 2024 was going to be one for the history books, I could never have predicted this was going to happen. I never would have predicted that a sitting president would not seek his party's nomination after basically having the whole thing handed out to him. I never would you wouldn't have I never would have said that 3 years ago. Never, never, ever. And now it's like, okay, um, and I don't know if Trump does well against is it Kamala or is it Kamala? Or is it Kamala or is it Kamala? Which one is it? Because I always feel like I'm not pronouncing her name right. I'm just gonna go with Kamala. Um, let's see. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to find something here because I kind of want to pivot. Pelosi struck. Yeah, she like the pick. That's why I was like, what? Kamala. Thank you, cause I'm so like, which one is it? I'm sitting here like, hold on a second. I gotta play this, y'all. I gotta talk about Trump and the NA. I gotta talk about this. So recently, Trump did an interview or sit down with the National Association of Black Journalists. It did not go well for him. Apparently, Harris couldn't make it because she was at ranking remarks at the Sheila Jackson Lee homegoing service or funeral service. So there they had offered to do it by Zoom, but apparently NAJB turned it down. So Trump shows up and it just went downhill. So I'm gonna bring this clip up. This is going to be from Live Now from Fox, and I'll bring it up. And I don't know any of the reporters' names, so don't ask me what their names. I don't know. And we're not going to watch the whole thing, but I just kind of want to hit some points in here.
Opportunities like these, both to inform our reporting, but also to help voters understand the choices that they face in a consequential.
Okay, blah, blah, blah.
Mr. President, we so appreciate you giving us an hour of your time. I want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, sir. A lot of
See, I wouldn't call him sir. That just be, I'm gonna keep mine petty. He don't. What is Harris Faulkner doing there? I don't think she's a member of the NAJB, but okay, I guess that's her right there. That's Harris Faulkner with Fox, but I guess they had to have a conservative there. I guess
people did not think it was appropriate for you to be here today. You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama, saying that
that was actually Hillary Clinton. She's the one that said that Obama was born in Kenya and Trump just picked it up. I don't know why Trump said it, but Hillary said it first. Just to make sure y'all know that.
They were not born in the United States, which is not true. You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from.
That would be Ilya Omar, Rashida Tlaib, I think AOC, and might be Cori Bush, although 3 of them were born in the United States.
Use words like animal and rabbit.
And he called Africa a bleep hole continent.
To describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort.
That would be Kanye West and that other guy.
So my question, sir, now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you, why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
Why didn't she just say, why should black people vote for you? Why she got to do all that long-winded setup like that? I don't know, but let's see how Trump answers it.
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question in such a horrible manner.
That means because she didn't kiss his bum. And listen to how the crowd is clowning Trump. This is hilarious.
Question. You don't even say, hello, how are you? Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network. And I think it's disgraceful that I came here in good spirit. I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country.
Listen to how they clowning Trump in the background.
including employment, including opportunity zones with Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina.
But you couldn't pick somebody black for your ticket. You had to go for white guy.
Greatest programs ever for black workers and black entrepreneurs. I've done so much, and and I say this, historically black colleges and universities were out of money. They were stone cold broke, and I saved them, and I gave them long-term financing, and nobody else was doing it. I think it's a very rude introduction. I don't know exactly why you would do something like that. And let me go a step further. I was invited here, and I was told my opponent, whether it was Biden or Kamala, I was told my opponent was going to be here. It turned out my opponent isn't here. You invited me under false pretense. And then you said, you can't do it with Zoom. Well, where's Zoom? She's going to do it with Zoom, and she's not coming. And then you were half an hour late, just so we understand. I have too much respect for you to be late. They couldn't get their equipment working or something was...
Dude, shut up.
President, I would love
I think
if
it's
you
a
can answer
very
the question
nasty
on your rhetoric
question.
and why
She was like, could you answer the question? Thank you.
Answer the question.
trust you with another
I
4
have
years.
been the best president for the black population since Abraham Lincoln. That's my answer.
Better than President Johnson.
Well, they are really blowing. They is
Voting Rights
not.
Act.
Yo, they is not putting up with it. They not putting up with it. They're just like, no, sir, no, you didn't. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go back to it because that crowd is clowning Trump. They are clowning him. It's something you rarely see, but that crowd they not having it. They are just like, you know what? We don't have to. Let me go back to it. I'm going to push this a little bit forward and get to another portion, and then we probably gonna end it. Again, listen for the crowd.
Worse, I was protected under the Presidential Records Act. Biden wasn't, because he wasn't president at the time, and he had 50 years worth of documents.
Mike Pence also turned over documents, just saying.
And they ruled that he was incompetent, and therefore he shouldn't stand trial.
Now that portion is true. Herb did say that he wasn't going to put charges because Biden was. That part is true.
And I said, isn't that something? He's incompetent and he can't stand trial, and yet he can be president. Isn't that nice?
Mr. President,
but they released him on the basis that he was incompetent. They said he had no memory, and he was a nice old guy, but he had no memory, and therefore we're not going to prosecute him. I won the case, and it got very little publicity. I didn't notice ABC doing any publicity on it, George.
Why is he so petty? Like, why is this dude so petty? Like, I know I'm petty, but I ain't this petty. This is extremely petty.
Sir. I'd love to move over on to different topics.
I didn't notice you do any publicity on it at all. I won the case, the biggest case.
Okay, so we're going to keep going.
Family. But I know people with great families. I know people with not great families.
I want to get to the point where he said Kamala, he didn't know she was black.
A few more questions.
Because of the distance, and the mics are really in lousy shape, but I cannot understand
are you asking a question?
what you're saying.
So what I wanted to say was the last time we spoke, you said some words that were prophetic. Because I asked
now you can tell she licking Trump's behind.
You who you wanted to choose for vice president.
Yeah.
And you said normally it really wouldn't matter what they would bring. You know, you choose somebody that you think has a future, that sort of thing. But you said these words 3.5 hours before an attempted assassination on your life. You told me that bad things happen, Harris, and that's why this decision is important this time. Bad things happen. You said it twice.
Okay, get to the point where he said,
allowing abortions in the 8th and 9th month.
Well, Democrats have denied.
I think they're.
That's not true. There's no, you cannot get an abortion after in the 8th month or 9th month. I don't know why conservatives love that point. You cannot.
And I think the Republican Party is actually much less. I think I've made them much less radical, perhaps, but.
Well, he takes credit for anything.
Most Republicans.
Get to the point where.
Here's the question: would you consider stepping down if you felt that your health was declining, or would you?
Oh, absolutely.
And who would?
I think I'd know.
How would you make that decision?
I think.
He wouldn't step down.
Passed it.
She did pass it.
There's a man over here. I think he must work.
Mr. President, I would.
Okay, why they bringing up January 6th? I don't know. I've got to find the clip where Trump says he didn't know Kamala was black. Okay, let me. I got it. Because this is Trump says he did not know. I'm typing it as we're going here. Was black. And you notice how he says black? Oh, here it is. Okay. Yeah, I found it. He takes credit. I mean, the dude is petty. Petty. Like, and the Republicans are okay with this. Yeah, this one I'm definitely playing. Share the screen. Yeah, I think and this one is gonna be from Fox Atlanta.
What if recording high quality content, editing without having to jump from
Hey, that music in the background is flowing.
Mr. President, we so appreciate you giving us an hour of your time. I want to start.
It was
by
actually
addressing
37
the
minutes
in the room, sir. A lot of you've attacked black journalists that they ask are quote stupid and racist. You've had questions, sir. Now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you,
no, that's not.
Why should black voters trust you?
Stop sharing. In such a rude manner, blah blah blah. Okay. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to go with this clip from MSNBC. There's a clip from MSDNC that I gotta show because I wanna get these words and hear, know what y'all thinking.
John Allen, Brendan Buck, and Michael Hardaway. Here in studio with me is Julie Roginski, Democratic strategist, co-founder of Lift Our Voices. John, well, how does this fit in to what at least the campaign wanted it to be, which is outreach to black voters?
Well, I mean, sometimes they be Indian and then becoming black as if she couldn't have heritage from
Yeah, here we go.
Setting up a combative atmosphere. Certainly, this could have gone a lot of ways. Anytime there's a reporter interviewing.
I just want y'all to hear this clip. Let's see. Okay, so this one is from
Consider
New York
this your
Post.
sign to stock up on signage. Because right now at Vistaprint, all signs are 20% off. So you can bring in business.
Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a black woman?
Well, I can say no. I think it's maybe a little bit different. So I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much. And she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always
But you know
identified
what?
as a black
I
woman. She went to a
respect either
historically black
one.
college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't. Because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black person.
Just to be clear, sir, do
and
you
I
believe
think,
that
I think
she is
somebody should look into that too when you ask continue in a very hostile, nasty tone.
Dude, what is you on? You don't say that out loud. Look, I want both party salutes, right? If you would, I'm telling you this. Don't bring this up. Stop making that point. Don't you say that no more. That is a very dumb thing to say. Why? She's never, and y'all know I'm not a Kamala fan at all. I think she's always said that she's both. She's both black and Indian. Surprisingly, though, she never talks about her father, though. That's really weird, but that's a whole different discussion. Dude, don't say nothing about her being black. Just go with she's a radical, she wants open borders. Do that instead of this. This is not the path that you want to go down. What you're going to do is to get black people angry and they're going to vote against you. Now, if that's your whole goal, because personally, I don't think you want to win now that Biden is out the race because you wanted a big victory, which you were on your way to. But then once Biden dropped out, it's like, ugh. But, I said I was going to talk about that today. I'm not, because I see how long I've been on here and I don't want to keep going. But this is, oh my gosh. How do you become black? It's either you're biracial. Let's just say that you're biracial or you're black or whatever race you are, right? You become black? Is that a thing? How does somebody become black? Oh my gosh. Oh, no, that crowd was not having none of his mess. None of his mess. Guys, I said I was going to try to last an hour. It's not going to happen tonight because apparently it's raining outside and I didn't know that. And sometimes my Wi-Fi tends to go down a little bit. But I'm going to play the introduction one more time because nobody's told me what they thought about it. And then we'll wrap this up. So let's see. Let me know what y'all think about that. Seriously, I want to know what people think about the introduction. I'm very pleased with it. I love the quality. I love the different pictures of me doing what I do best. Just drop a comment down, and I'm going to have something here at the very end of the show that you'll also start seeing. But like I said, I'm still shocked. I don't. Let me go through these again. So please remember to subscribe to the channel. Subscribing costs you nothing. I'm at 255. That means I have 45 to go until I reach 300. Please let me reach 300 before the end of the summer. I can do this. If 20 people a day join, and then that would leave 5 left over, I could do this within a week, right? So subscribe. Remember to like this video, comment on this video, share this video, support us on Patreon, $2 to $35 a month. And remember to support my GoFundMe campaign. There's a lot more that I want to do with this channel. And I'm going to talk lastly about the Thursday show. And I forgot to address why I didn't do a show last week. So I said, I'm going to try to do a show every week, twice a week, minus my show on Saturday. And last week, that was my intention, but I had to work. I wound up working overtime last week. So I was not in the space to be doing any type of recording last week, and I apologize for that. But I just wasn't with it. Support my GoFundMe campaign. $1,500 is the goal. Donations of $1 to $1,500 would be greatly appreciated if one person's got that and is willing to donate it to the channel. We'll probably start doing some thank yous to people that donate. There is the link. It is HTTPS. I think that's colon or semicolon. I forget which one it is. / GoFund.me/169 as in boy 793, trying to raise $1,500 for better equipment, better lighting, and to get my website back. It's just sitting out there, poor little thing, because I don't have enough money to pay for your service. But please, and to pay for a StreamYard so that little duck doesn't appear. Please do that. And I'm serious. I'm just trying to screenshot something here because I gotta email this out. And so we're going to play the outro. So not only do I have an introduction, I have an outro. And so I will see you Thursday at 7 p.m. when I talk about terrible cereals. There are some terrible ones. So we will see you then. Thank you for watching. Have a great evening. And here is our outro. It'll be just a moment. I will see you all Thursday.